Hello everyone. You saw the title and the thumbnail of this video, so let's just get into it. Not scripted. Is that okay? Okay. I have spent the last 2 weeks dreading this, and I had to force myself to sit down, open up my mic, and start recording, because I really did not want to make this video. And I understand that there's going to be a lot of people who just simply saw the title and thumbnail and just moved on. So I've quite a lot to talk about. You might have noticed that I really haven't been uploading all that much. There's a reason for that. Lack of uploads is that I haven't been playing, and I don't want to. I just don't want to. Destiny has just become something that I don't want it to be. And when I do upload something, I'm just embarrassed by it because there's a lack of passion there. You know, there's not like a fire behind me to like want to put it out and really invest time and energy into it. I am kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation because YouTube is my full-time job and I don't think I can pay bills. At the rate at which we're declining, I won't be able to pay bills. I either continue to make Destiny videos and continue to watch my views decline, all the while being unhappy, or I try other stuff and also get probably not great views, but at least I can enjoy it. I reserve the right to come back to Destiny, and I will talk more about the details of that, but in order to make sure I support myself and then I can still keep being a person who's able to buy food, please have some understanding, please give me some grace when I say, this video was sponsored by War Thunder. If you've ever wanted to play a game with over 2,500 tanks, planes, and helicopters, and you like high-intensity PvP combat, you've got to try War Thunder because it's the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. And if you're more like a history buff like I am, War Thunder has you covered too with vehicles from over 10 major nations from the early 1920s to modern day, with fantastic graphics and sounds rendered and designed with incredible attention to detail to provide a truly immersive experience, just like you're in the helm of the most powerful war machines of our time. I love the thriving community of over 70 million players War Thunder has to offer, and I think you will too. Best of all, it's free on PC and consoles. Click the link in the description or pinned comment below to get started for free on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. You will not only be supporting us here at TDT, but you'll also be getting a massive bonus pack for new and returning players of multiple premium vehicles and an exclusive vehicle decorator, including the Eagle of Valor and 100,000 Silver Lions and 7 days of a premium account. But this is all for a limited time, so get going. And thanks again for War Thunder for sponsoring today's burritos, and thank you for not skipping the sponsor. Destiny is, as you all are obviously aware if you've been paying attention at all to the buzz surrounding Destiny, not in a great spot right now. Not in a great spot right now. As it stands right now, the way it looks like to me, and I'm sure many of you as well, Destiny feels like it has no real future, no future that I care about, a leadership that I don't care about, no excitement for anything current going on or something to look forward to. And I know that this is all coming with Bungie's news happening sometime on Monday, and maybe that changes things. I highly doubt it. Man, I've been strung along so many times by promises that have been unfulfilled. But anyway, I need to get this out. I understand that this is potentially career suicide, but I'm quitting Destiny. I'm moving away from Destiny as I know it. I will probably be around here and there, and like I mentioned, I reserve the right to come back to Destiny if it ends up being something I need to do. But I am quitting. As much as I can, I am trying to hard shift. And I know we've talked about this kind of thing in the past. I know videos like this have come out before, but if we're all being honest, this is significantly different. This is much, much different. The ship is sinking, and we're all on board. And unfortunately, we're the closest to the water. Episodes are, in my opinion, more or less a failure. The story aspects are cool, but it's doing nothing to change up the way that the game is played. I've debated with myself whether this is an instance of me just being the game being around for 10 years and I'm just bored of it after 10 years, or if it's just the episode structure being a failure. I think it's the latter. I think that Destiny has struggled to truly innovate and to create and deliver experiences that go to the expectations that we hope for as players. And I'm tired of waiting around and pretending like it's going to get better or hoping it would get better. So I feel like where we're at right now is that Destiny is going to slowly peter out. Like, we are basically traveling, we're coasting with momentum here. And that momentum will eventually slow down, get to a halt, or completely stop. And then that will be it. Maybe Bungie, as time goes on, will continue to throw more fuel into the fire, as it were, to keep the thing going, give it a bit of a burst of speed. But it's an inevitability at this point. And obviously, we weren't planning on being a Destiny-only channel till the end of time. Obviously, if we wanted to make this like a lifetime career, you know, we'd have to pivot. So why are we pivoting now? Why now compared to all other times? Besides the stuff that we mentioned. Well, I have more bills to pay. I now am a proud homeowner, and I have a mortgage to pay. This is different than when I started the channel when I was still in college. So I have to think about those kinds of things. I have a girl that I hope to eventually get married to. I hope to eventually have kids, and that's all stuff that takes money. And it's frightening that all of this is happening right now at potentially the worst possible time as it corresponds with my life. And unfortunately, in the time that Destiny was good, we didn't get to be one of the big boys, like the real big boys, right? Like, this is not a shade to these to these creators, right? I'm just, you know, just so you can understand my position. Like Astrocross, Dado, whoever, right? Let's say they get 150,000 views per video. If they get 40,000 views less because Destiny's not doing too hot, they're realistically fine, right? Like, percentage-wise, it's noticeable, a little scary, but not the end of the world. We get anywhere, on average, from 60K to 100K if it's on a really good day, right? If we're losing 40K viewers on what we normally would do for 60K, that's a huge percentage of our income, right? Which is, again, partially why this video was sponsored. I'm trying to be transparent here. I'm trying to be honest so that you know I'm not, like, I want you to know everything that's happening with me, okay? So, what are my opinions of Destiny 2? Bluntly, I'm just not excited anymore. Playing Destiny has stopped being something I do for fun and something I do for a job, pretty much exclusively. It is actively a negative experience for me to power on and play the game. I just actively dislike it. More specifically, power creep has completely ruined all semblance of interest in the game. We're at the point now where the game is basically so over-optimized that it's just not fun anymore. And unfortunately, Bungie has only seen that, like more power creep, as the only way forward for Destiny. And things continue to scale up around it. It's just not a rat race I want to participate anymore. And from my point of view, this rat race just doesn't matter. We're running circles and pretending that we're moving forward. It's monotonous. The loot grind is boring, the meta is stale, and there's core issues that have been around in the game for so long that are just, I can't ignore them anymore. They're not cute anymore. They're not, you know, little quirks of Destiny, oh haha, little things that make Destiny kind of like a bit of a work of art, because it's like, there's just like some small things that, you know, I can't do it anymore. And I'm a PvP player, and in the sinking ship, we're at the bottom. We're the first ones getting wet, and the water is really freaking cold. We're sinking. Abilities are everywhere. The game modes have been crappy. We got some new maps, but I don't think we're getting any maps anytime soon. The meta is incredibly stale. High impact pulses, 120 hand cannons, shotguns, and abilities. I'm repeating myself. It's not fun. It's not fun. And it's especially not fun for me. And that's crazy, because I thought that, like, the core of Destiny, at least for the PvP for me, would always be there. It's not the case. And I've never really enjoyed the PvE, and it's gotten even worse from players that I know and respect have basically said that they're bored with it as well. And I know it's not just me either. I've obviously watched views decline, I've watched player counts decline, and I know that Steam charts isn't necessarily the best indication of the health of the game or whatnot, but I just out of curiosity, I'll go in every, like, I don't know, month, maybe like 2-3 weeks or so, just to see where it's at. And I've just watched Destiny go further and further and further down. And I'm watching other games start to like pick apart the soon rotting corpse of the game and start to actually make a significant impact, and now are doing better than Destiny. Obviously, Destiny is quite senior compared to these other ones, so it makes sense that something new and fresh would come by, but it still doesn't bode well for the game, right? And I also have seen lots of comments on videos, people who are saying things like, wow, this is a really cool idea, or man, I wish this was the way it is. You know, we've been doing a lot of discussion related stuff, a lot of video essay stuff. And like one of the main comments we see is like, wow, I completely agree. It's a shame it is never going to happen. And that's such a terrible feeling. Such a terrible feeling to come to a game or to come to a video and to think like, not just like that this person maybe has some cool ideas that maybe need to be fleshed out or whatever, right? But just to say like, in other words, I have no hope for any of this ever happening or anything even close to it. And I'm not saying that because I'm thinking like, oh, my ideas are so good. I'm saying that because like the sentiment regarding progress in Destiny, the sentiment regarding Destiny becoming something better is just gone. It's like there's just no hope for it. And then the other types of comments I get are disgust. People are saying like, I can't believe you're still playing this game after doing what Bungie's done, which is like, I kind of get it. Or sadness. People just sad that the state of the game at where it's currently at. I want to be positive. I want to be somebody who adds constructive criticism, something that sort of lays out a path forward or tries to bridge the gap between me as a sort of voice that is a little bit louder than the bigger majority of the community overall, right? Just some way of kind of helping whatever I can do as a player, but it just doesn't seem like it's going anywhere because it feels like Bungie doesn't care either. It feels like that Bungie is more willing to invest in things like Marathon or a mobile game or in nothing at all, in Pete Parsons' classic car collection. All the layoffs have made it pretty darn clear that Destiny it served its purpose and it's ready to move on. So, what is it that I want from Bungie, from Destiny, from insert generally anything here? Frankly, a Destiny 3. I was, I think, more affected than I initially thought when I heard that Destiny 3 was never going to be a thing. Because in my mind, it was like, of course there's going to be a Destiny 3. Of course there's going to be a Destiny 3. That's such a logical conclusion, right? That's such like a logical thing for Bungie to do. And then the other thought, like the step below that was, okay, well, if they don't do Destiny 3, right, like there's still going to be like Final Shapes or Lightfalls, you know, there's still going to be like big expansions. Like Destiny's such like a great IP. This is such a solid IP. To quote, I think it's Osmongold. To quote Osmongold. But Bungie stole defeat from the jaws of victory. It's like Bungie somehow took a wrench to the W and made it into an L. I am impressed, shocked even at the direction that Bungie's continued to go. Like the just like active disregard for weapon safety as they continue to blast off their feet with double-aught buck. Just shoot themselves in the foot so thoroughly to just completely cripple themselves. Hope that wasn't too graphic. Anyway, we're at an all-time low. I feel like we're lacking a future. We're lacking good faith. We're lacking a grind that matters. We're lacking power fantasy that means anything anymore. As cool as Prismatic is, it's basically become a vortex where all other potential builds go to die. I know that there's still like fringes or whatnot, but it is just so taken the wind out of the sails of so many builds, because it's like just go play Prismatic, you know? It's like the game is basically narrowed down from, instead of there being 5+1 subclasses, it's 1+5 subclasses. Am I making sense? So in short, I'm not having fun and I'm planning on moving away. I could keep making Destiny videos, and we still do plan on doing something with regard to Destiny. And again, like I mentioned, I reserve the right to come back because I need to be able to eat food, and money makes the ability to eat food. But I could survive to what end, right? I could sit here and continue to string this along and continue to put on a fake smile and just pretend like everything's okay, right? But why? This is a pivot point. This is a pivot point. What you know of the channel right now, the concepts, the series, that idea is going to stay here, but it's going to shift. I think, if I may be honest, that this is career suicide. I really do think. I think that if I really were more, if I was willing to pursue just simply the funds, just simply to pursue the monetary gain of the video or YouTube and such, I would not make this video. I wouldn't do it. But I think that this is potentially the last, this might be the beginning of the end. I'm going to give it a shot anyway, and I'm going to pray to God that it ends up working out anyway. It's so much overwhelming emotion. This is one of the times I wish I had a face cam, because you guys have no idea how freaking terrifying this is. So, what is it that I want to do? I want to play other games. I've been playing Deadlock and Black Ops 6. I want to play Space Marines 2. The Astrobot game looks interesting, but I also do a lot of other stuff that are completely separate. I love roguelikes. I love card games. I like the Nintendo IPs. I even like Minecraft. I'm not saying that all that stuff is going to appear on the channel. I will talk about that in just a second, but you get the idea. There's so much more to enjoy in life than just Destiny. And I want to start doing that again. I want to start playing games for the sake of having fun again and start enjoying them again. And I also need to be able to support myself. And I love YouTube. I love content creation, and I want to do everything in my power, if I can, to keep this, because this is a very special gift. And I would think I would be a fool to just toss it away just for the sake of enjoying games again. I'm going to keep things like spicy clips, as I know that y'all like that, and I really like them too. That's one of the few areas I still enjoy about this. So spicy clips, I'll probably put one of those out on Monday. I might end up shifting those over to the second channel. Don't worry about that right now. But one of the things I want to take this channel directionally is I want to start considering more essay format stuff, things discussing games or things surrounding games. I found that as I've been doing those for Destiny, that I really quite like making them, and I really like discussing ideas and such and showing paths forward for people and such. So that's probably the main direction we're going to go. We're going to maintain that veneer of humor, hopefully. We're probably going to do some stuff with Warhammer. I think that's going to be cool. Dado mentioned this, and I think this is worth mentioning here. Some people have been like, oh, well, come over to Warframe. Come over to First Descendant. Come over to Once Human. We'll love to have you. I have no interest in those other games. Not because I think they're bad games, but because it's like, if I'm going to play a game that is like Destiny, I'm just going to go play Destiny. To reiterate, spicy clips on this channel, discussions and essays, any of the more shenanigans related things, that's probably going to be more on the second channel. I am intentionally not giving information about the second channel because I still feel like the channel is still growing naturally, and I want to make sure it finds its audience. What I don't want to happen is I don't want me to say, hey, go check out the second channel, and then people to go over there just to subscribe, to support the channel, and then because I'm putting out content for other games, maybe that they aren't interested in, the channel really hasn't developed its identity yet, for people just to not watch the videos, because that would very quickly just kill the second channel, which is not my goal, obviously, right? I know what I'm doing is not safe, but I feel like we're in a position here where I continue to take the safe route for like another 3 months, maybe, and just try to ride it out to eventually have this problem happen again for it to be an even bigger issue, or I rip off the Band-Aid right now and start making scary decisions, terrifying decisions. And I want to say to everybody who's watched this far, who's been a long-time subscriber, thank you for being with me. And like I said, if this video is the beginning of the end of TDT, it's been an honor, a pleasure, and a blessing. I want to enjoy playing games again. I want to enjoy making videos again. I'm not having fun right now. I can't pay my bills, and I need your support. I'll play Destiny 2 when it's interesting, if something comes up, if I find myself wanting to do it, but that's not it for me right now. Stick around for things like spicy clips or video essays. I've got some really cool ideas in mind I think that you're going to like, even if it's not Destiny specific. But if it's not for you, that's fine. But please, just give me a chance. Give me a shot. Give me a little bit of time to try to cook, and just give it a click. If it ends up not being your thing, I understand. And that goes the same for other creators as well. A lot of other creators have kind of pivoted out, and if you enjoyed them for what they were, who they were, stick around with them. Be willing to give them a shot. We're all kind of scrambling right now. All of us content creators that covered this game, that loved this game to death, just like you guys all are with just playing the game, we're all kind of trying to figure out what's happening here, so just give us a shot. Thank you so much for your time. And once again, thank you so much for War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in the description below to play for free, and you'll not only be supporting us, but you'll get a massive bonus pack of multiple premium vehicles, exclusive decorators including the Eagle of Valor, and 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account. Thank you for the sponsor for making it so I can pay bills again. Bless your faces. And deuces.